Alright everyone, so I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to navigate through our class on ELC. So, to get started, obviously, most of you I think have been here to the just regular homepage, so I'm going to click into our class. The first thing I want you to do is go up to your name. I want you to click on Profile. And I want you to change your picture. So change it to a picture of just you. It's tiny, but I want to get an idea of who I'm talking to and who I'm interacting with. So change your picture first, save and close. Next, I want you to go to notifications. This is important. This will help you stay on track for this summer class to make sure that you're keeping up with what you need to keep up with. So first, put in your email settings. I put in my phone number so I can get text messages. If there's anything important going on, I get it there. So email, definitely. Text message, I think it's a great idea. And then if you scroll down, you can see that there are a bunch of options. I would, at the very minimum, make it so that you get an email for all of your announcements in this class, and then when any assignments are due. But as you can see, you can set this up to see anything, and you can set up text messages as well. Again, save and close, or just save, and then we're good to go. So now I'm going to go to my course home. I'm going to switch into view as a student real quick so we're both on the same page. The first thing you will notice here is that there is a typo, I guess. It's not really a typo, but it will not let me change this. So obviously it is not a Tuesday-Thursday class. It is completely asynchronous. It's online, so do the work when you can. I have laid out a schedule in the syllabus that you'll see in a little bit when you look through it yourself, and we'll quickly glance at it on here as well. So you can start here to get started. It'll bring you to this welcome page, but even if it doesn't, you can always just go to content and it'll pull up this same page, alright? So just so you know, two ways of getting here. We'll just stay on this one. You'll see here that there's the Meet the Instructor course tour, which is where you found this already, and all of the important tips and resources that you can use for this class, and honestly for a lot of your other classes as well. You'll see that each week there is a steps to completion. So steps to completion, do all of these things. Going back. So you can always look at that to see what's expected of you, but I wanted to give you an idea of what you'll see. So we'll open this in a new tab. Here you'll find all of the important information that you ever need, and I encourage you to look at this if you haven't already. I am always available for appointments, but you just need to email me to set one up instead of me trying to have set times. We'll just figure it out and we'll Zoom and we'll do something like that. You do need a book. I would encourage you to just rent it. And you will need reliable internet access. You can see the breakdown of points here, and you'll notice that there is a group presentation, if you will. You're not actually recording anything, but you are doing a group assignment, so please make sure that you are reaching out to people early, and I'll tell you how to do that here in a little bit. Class is out of 700 points. You can see here the breakdown and how you determine what your grade is in the class. Here we go with expectations and how I assign grades. And then another important thing in this class is that there are a few hard deadlines. So let me get to the schedule. This column over here is when I would have things done. This is when you have to have things done. So for this first unit, which is chapters 1 through 4, everything is due on the 19th. So for this particular unit, there are 2 quizzes. 3. There's a syllabus quiz, there's one for chapters 1 and 2, and then there's one for chapters 3 and 4. So these are just things that you want to keep in mind when you're trying to plan how you're going to navigate through this course and how you want to manage your time. There's also hard deadline for the group project. Again, this is a hard deadline and it is a group project, so I want you to keep that in mind. Going back to, so that's the welcome thing. You'll see that you need to introduce yourself, take the academic honesty quiz / syllabus quiz, and those are the 2 main things you need to do in that unit. I want to show you this, if it'll let me. It will. I'm going to show you how these are set up. You'll notice chapter 1, again, learning objectives, steps to completion. There are lecture videos and there's a reading guide. For each chapter, for the most part, there are 1 or 2 activities and 1 or 2 discussion posts. Those are required. You do need to complete them. They are for a grade. So make sure you're taking that seriously and make sure that, again, you're giving yourself enough time to do that. So those are the main things. There are activities and discussions for each chapter, and then as a reminder, you need to take the quiz. You will also need to use the Respondus Lockdown browser. If you have questions about that, you can Google it real quick. I just Googled UGA Respondus Monitor, and this resource tells you everything you need to know about how to use it, how to take it, but it's basically, you just can't cheat a bunch with this on. So make sure that you're giving yourself ample time to take the quizzes. You do only have 1 attempt when you are taking the quiz. Alright, so that's the basic setup of these. And then I want to show you, you can also see the quiz links here. So that's good. And then groups. So for the groups, you can go up here. This is one way to find out who your groups are. Obviously, you will see your group, but ding, 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 and you can click here. I have in the description for each a group me, and that's how you all should do all of your communication. I'll fix that before it's time. But so all of your communication should be through GroupMe. I am in those GroupMes, so I can see who's working, who's not working, and what's going on. You will also complete all of your assignments through Google Docs and Google Slides. So that way I can really see who's doing what when people contributed things. You can see more about the group projects here. Team assignments are also here. Instructions. We'll talk about this later, or you'll see more about it later, but the presentation is about co-cultures, and no one can do the same one, so it's not that big of a deal usually. You can see the breakdown and examples here, and you will need to do a self and peer evaluation. I did give you some examples as well. So lots of information on this group project, which is a little bit later in the month, but again, it's still only a month-long class, so you want to get started on it as soon as possible and reaching out to people as soon as possible. And then finally, there is the research requirement. So here, there are a few different options. I will let you know if there's anything available to participate in, and then if not, it's a quick 1-page analysis of a research article. You can read all the directions here, click on the links to see what you need to do or what the general instructions are, and that's how you get your research requirement completed for this course. It is required. You can read more about it in the syllabus. So, there are grades. You can go to tools to get to discussions, but you can also just get to discussions and everything through the content, which is the way I would prefer you do it. And if you have any questions, I do want to point out one other thing. Here in discussions, there is Ask a Classmate. And I know people don't always like to do this, but if you have a question, probably other people do too. It might be something I missed that I just didn't explain clearly on ELC, so ask a classmate, and probably I'll respond, but if not, someone will respond. Alright, so if you have any questions, please let me know, but this is just the basic rundown of how our class is going to work. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.